Hello and welcome again to the Christine's Creativity Cabinet. We're going to do something that I've been wanting to kind of do for a long time. I've seen other YouTubers do this, and I think it's going to be fun. I got some Popin Cookin kits. This one is ice cream. Of course, I have to have the ice cream one. And then I'm also going to do one that's a really cute donut kit. So if you're not familiar with these are Japanese, basically candy kits. They're really interesting because they have powders in them that you mix with water, and then you have everything you need in the kit to make it look like this, whatever you're making here. So this looks like little soft serve ice cream cones or an ice cream cake up here, and these will look like donuts. And so I'm going to give these a try, see how they go, and so let's get going. Okay, we're going to start with the ice cream kit. And I'm going to take a sharp pointy thing like Nerdy Crafter, and first I'm going to wave it at you to encourage you all to subscribe to my channel and to let other people know about my channel. And then I'm going to use this to cut this open, and we'll see what's inside. Let's see. Actually, it has little things on there, so maybe I don't even need my sharp pointy thing. No, it looks like I don't. Okay, let's see what's inside here. Okay, we have this. We'll carefully cut this plastic open, and then I know that on the plastic it has little things that you can use to kind of decorate your little table with. So let's open this up. We've got a pink packet. We've got sprinkles. We've got blue packet. We've got a little mini piping bag. We've got a little spoon. We've got a little wafer bowl. We've got two little wafer cookies. And we've got two adorable little ice cream cones. And we've got this. So, this is what we'll be doing our mixing in. So, let's get started. Okay, the first step of this kit is to take your little spoon there, which has a kind of a flat edge on the top, and use it to break apart your little wafer cookies into tiny little miniature wafer cookies. So I did that there, and then on the second one I just divided it into thirds. That's going to be for the ice cream cake. So we'll set those aside. And then I'm going to take my mixing tray and I'm going to cut off the little triangle part. That's going to be used to measure out the water. Then I took the pink packet of powder. I mixed in one measuring thing of water and then just stirred that all up. And it makes a nice little creamy mixture that kind of smells like strawberry. And then I got out my blue packet of powder, which is actually white powder, and it kind of smells like vanilla. And I took my little measuring thing and put in one measure of water and then stirred that all up, and that also made a nice little vanilla cream. And then the next step was to take the piping bag and to put both of these in the piping bag. You're supposed to put the pink in one side and the white in the other side. So here I am opening up the piping bag. Now me and piping bags don't really get along very well, so as you can see I'm going to have a little bit of trouble with this. So here I am, I'm taking the pink cream and putting it into one side of the piping bag. See, ideally this is supposed to work out so that you get a kind of a swirl effect when you dispense the cream to make your little ice cream cones and things. That didn't really work out for me because I had a really hard time with the piping bag. But here I am, I've got my strawberry cream in there, now I'm going to put my vanilla cream in the other side. So I'm sticking it all in there. I think maybe perhaps the mistake that I made was that I probably should have opened the piping bag up more and put things more down at the bottom. But here I am, I'm trying very hard to squeeze the cream so that it goes down into the tip. And I encounter a problem, and that's that air gets trapped in there, and I can't get it to go all the way down to the bottom. So eventually I had to take my little spoon and kind of push it down there, force it down into the bottom, so that I could pipe it. So I'm doing that there, and that pretty well ends up mixing the creams together so I don't get the nice two-tone effect. I also did that with my finger just to really get it down in there. And then, of course, I've got the cream all over my hands. Now it seems like it's down far enough. I'm trying to there's a bunch that is stuck to the sides of the top, and I'm trying to kind of force that down into the bottom so it doesn't get wasted. And then, okay, what am I doing here? Then I'm taking my baby wipes, and I'm wiping all the cream that's off my hands because they're now really messed up. Okay, now I'm taking my ice cream cones, and I'm taking my piping bag, and let's see, I'm still trying to force more cream down into the tip there, and then I'm going to cut the tip off. I'm going to pipe, and by this point I realized that I really didn't have very much cream in there. So when I made my ice cream cones, I tried to use the minimum amount of cream possible. But I just squirted that in there and then topped it with some sprinkles, and then I did a second one. The tray has those nice little depressions in there that you can put your cones in, and it holds the cones up nicely. So I squirted some more there, and then I put some sprinkles on there. So my ice cream cones were done. Oh, and then I also took a couple of little teeny wafers and stuck those in the ice cream cones. Then for my little wafer bowl, I took some more of the little wafers and stuck them into the bowl. That's mostly to kind of fill it because I didn't really have very much cream left. But I squirted some cream in there, and I kind of ended up with something that was mostly wafers with just a little bit of cream in it. But it still looked kind of cute, and I put some sprinkles on there, and that looked kind of nice. And then I wanted to make my little ice cream cake, so I then took the very last of the cream, which there wasn't too much left, and I put some on one wafer, put another wafer on top, and there really wasn't any left in the piping bag, so I basically took my spoon and scraped off the excess that was still sticking to the mixing tray, and put that on there so that I had some cream on my little ice cream cake. And I built up my 3 layers, and then I covered it with some more sprinkles. And then my 3 items were done. And then, of course, I had to take my baby wipes and wipe off my hands. And here's my finished ice cream treats. Even though I had to struggle with that cream, I actually think they turned out really super cute. So now we're going to get on to some tasting. Okay, well, that was fun. The one part that I found a little bit frustrating was doing the cream in the piping bag. I'm just not very good at piping bags, and I was especially not very good at this very tiny piping bag. I don't know why I'm not good at piping bags, but I just am not. And it was really hard to get the cream into the piping bag and then get it all down to the tip of the piping bag so that you could squirt it out. Once that was done, it was not too difficult to squirt the cream out. But I ended up with only enough cream to make 2 very kind of tiny ice cream cones and a little dessert that's mostly wafers and only a little bit of cream. And then I did the layered one. And with that one, I just used the cream that was left over sticking to the edges of the little mixing area. But it was fun, and these are actually, I must say, really very, very, very cute. So now comes the time to taste them. So first I'm going to have an ice cream cone. As Emmy made in Japan would say, italakima. Actually, that tastes pretty good. It has a kind of a mild strawberry flavor and also kind of a vanilla flavor. So probably that was the 2 different kinds of creams. One was strawberry, one was vanilla. When I dumped out the powder, that really smelled pretty strong of strawberry, but it has only a mild flavor. I'm going to have my other little ice cream cone here. Right here. Isn't it so cute? I love the little sprinkles. The sprinkles are just adorable. The ice cream cones taste like real ice cream cones. And the cream is actually not bad considering that it's not real ice cream. It still tastes pretty good. It has kind of a frosting texture, but the flavor is actually pretty good. Now I'll have my little wafer bowl. See, this has just a little bit of cream in it and some sprinkles and a whole bunch of wafers in it because I didn't have very much cream left. That's good. I can taste the sprinkles on that one. And finally, I'm going to try my little wafer cake. Isn't that cute? I found a little heart sprinkle. These sprinkles are just adorable, so I had to put that on the top. So let's give this a taste. That was also tasty. I mean, pretty much each little thing pretty much tasted the same, but it was good. It was pleasant, not too overpoweringly sweet, which I liked. The one drawback of this kit is I think it's hard to get the cream into the piping bag. But other than that, I thought it was really a fun kit, and the little things turned out to just be incredibly adorable. So now let's get to making some donuts. Okay, here's the donut kit. So let's see what's inside of it. Open it up here, and then we've got a plastic pack. What's that? Oh, it's got a cute little like lacy thing that you can put your donuts on, I guess. And I think these are meant to be the kind of the sizing things. So I'll probably have to make use of those. Let's go ahead and cut it open. See what's inside. Okay, we've got several different pouches in here inside of a plastic pack. We'll open that up. So we've got a red package, a blue package, and a yellow package. And then what do we got in here? We've got tons of packages in here. We've got an orange package of sprinkles again. Gotta have sprinkles. We've got a purple package, and we've got a brown package, which looks like probably chocolate. And then let's see. I think this is meant to be another piping bag. Ooh. And we've got, of course, the little spoon. Oh, that's a little round spoon. And then we've got this, which is our mixing tray. So let's get started and see if we can figure this out. Okay. The first thing that I did was I cut off my little measuring thing, the little corner there, and then I also cut off the part that has the donut molds on it, from the part that's like the mixing tray. And then I took my package and I cut off the kind of donut guides that they have on there that tell you kind of how big to make your donuts. So you see me cutting that off there. And I also cut off, they have this kind of cute little kind of lace doily picture here that you can use to arrange your donuts on to make it all look kind of nice. You know the Japanese, they're just so good at all these little details. Okay, so I have those cut out, and then what I did was I took I got my water there going, and then this package is kind of yellow, but it's the plain dough package. So I dumped the powder into my mixing container, and then I used 3 measures of water. So I add that. And then I take my spoon and I mix it all together. And what this does is, after a while it gets thick and it forms a kind of a doughy mixture. And once I got all the powder and everything incorporated into that mixture, then I was able to pick it up with my fingers. You see that there, and I'm able to knead it together, get it all held together, and got all the powder on the outside incorporated into it. And once I got it all kind of kneaded together, then the next step was to take it and divide it in half, make it into 2 little sections there, which is what I'm doing here. And I'm going to put them on my little guide that I have there, roll them into little balls, and then I'm going to get my donut molds, and I'm going to press them into the donut molds, and I got to press hard so that inner piece goes through, and that gives the donut its hole. And then you press from the opposite side, and it unmolds it. And I actually found that worked pretty well. And so I had the first regular donut, and now I'm doing the kind of flower-shaped donut, which I think is really cute. You gotta press that in there, press, and then unmold it. This one was a little bit more difficult to unmold, but it wasn't too bad. Get it out of there, and then they go on to my little doily over here, which is just off camera. But you'll see how they turn out in a minute. And then I'm going to do my chocolate donuts. They have like a chocolate donut dough that you can make here with this brown packet. So again, I'm dumping the powder into the mixing tray, and then I'm going to again add 3 measures of water to the powder. And then I'm going to take my spoon and mix it all together, and it will make a kind of a chocolate dough. And I'm basically just doing the same thing that I did before. So I'm going to mix it all together, get all the powder incorporated. Eventually it kind of thickens and turns into this kind of doughy mixture, which I'm then going to pick up with my fingers and start kneading. And there I am doing that. I'm getting it all kind of kneaded together, getting all the powder incorporated. And then once that's done, then I'll divide it into 2 pieces like I did before. And we'll see here. Just getting all the dough out of the mixing container. I got a little bit into the other sides of the mixing where you're going to mix the frosting, so I tried to get that out of there. And so now I'm just kneading the dough, getting it all put together, and then I'm dividing it into 2 pieces, and then put them on the little sizing thing, and then I'm going to get out my mold, and I'm going to press them into the mold. And I'm going to make 2 chocolate donuts, which I'm glad they included chocolate donuts in this kit, because I love chocolate donuts. Those are my favorites. So I'm pressing them in there, and making the hole, and then popping it out. There we go. Got the regular donut, and then I'm going to make the flower-shaped one. Press it in. Get the hole going there. And then popped it out. Oh, having a little trouble there. Got it. Okay, there's my donuts right there. You can see them right there. And so the next thing to do is to make some frosting to go in the donuts. So I have several different frosting packets, different flavors of frosting. And the one that I'm going to start with is this blue one, which actually turns into a vanilla frosting. I just dump that in there and add just 1 measure of water and stir it together with a spoon. So I think I'm looking for my little measuring thing. I hate it when I set something down and then forget what I put in. There it is. Okay, so I'm adding 1 measure of water. And I'm going to make a kind of vanilla frosting with this. I'm thinking that this could be kind of like a glaze, like when you have glazed donuts. So I'm going to try to put it into the piping bag. Again, me and piping bags don't get along very well, and as you'll see here. I do a little bit better than I did with the ice cream kit, but not that much. I tried to open it up a lot more before putting the cream into it. And then I've got it all down there. And that made it a little easier to get it down into the bottom where it needed to be. And then and I cut off the corner there. I think I cut it a little bit too big. Probably should have had a smaller opening, because then I could have like drizzled it. As it was, it just kind of pushed out there, and it didn't really look all that great. But that's okay. The piping element is not nearly as important here as with the donuts as it was with the ice cream. So I was just okay with there just being frosting on the donuts. It didn't have to really look all that fancy. And now I'm taking my red packet and I'm mixing it again with 1 measure of water, stirring that all together, and then I'm just going to use my spoon to put that on the donut. So it's kind of like a kind of strawberry frosting, I think. And there we go. That worked just fine. So you can actually skip the piping bag with this kit. You can just use your spoon. Now this was purple. I thought it might have been like a grape, but no, it turned out it was chocolate. And not just chocolate. This was like really good dark chocolate. So I'm mixing it with my 1 measure of water, and I get this wonderful, wonderful chocolate frosting. So the last donut is going to get chocolate frosting on there for sure, because I love chocolate frosted donuts. Those are also some of my favorites, as well as ones that are actually chocolate and have like the glaze on them. And now all I need to do is I need to get my sprinkles out and sprinkle away. So here I am, I'm putting some sprinkles on top of my donuts, which make them look extra super cute. I used up some of the leftover ones from the ice cream kit, and then I've got some of the ones from the donut kit. And there we are. There's my finished donuts. And here are my finished donuts. I actually think they look very, very cute and actually very appetizing. So I can't wait to try them. Okay, my donuts are done. I found this kit to be really fun. I was a little surprised that it didn't require any microwaving. Some of these kits require microwaving, but this one did not. And again, I really didn't do well with piping bag, but the piping bag wasn't as important in this kit. You could just mix up the little frostings and apply them to the donuts just with a little spoon, and it would work fine. So I actually give pretty high marks for this kit for the fun factor. It was really fun making the little donuts. They turned out just adorably cute. And so now we get to have the taste test. I'm going to try a chocolate one first. This is my chocolate. Right there. That's pretty good. Well, that's really interesting, considering that this was not like microwaved at all. It was just mixed up. It still doesn't really taste like dough. It has a little bit of a chew to it. And it does taste pretty donutty. Probably as donutty as you could possibly get from just coming from a kit where you mix some powders with water. I'm going to have my other chocolate one here. That's this one here. The molds were really cute. I really like this kind of cruller type of a mold. Those both had the vanilla frosting on them. Now here's the regular. This one has a strawberry frosting on it. That's good. That actually tastes a little bit like strawberry. Again, not overpoweringly sweet, and with a surprising donut flavor. I've saved the best for last. This one has the chocolate frosting on it. And I've already tasted a little bit of that chocolate. It's really good. It's like really chocolatey tasting. So let's see how this one turned out. Oh yeah, that's really good. Oh, wonderful aftertaste of that chocolate. Very good. It has a nice dark chocolatey taste. And I've got more of that left over in here, so I'm going to probably just eat it raw after I'm done here. Well, thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed watching me make these Popin Cookin kits. I think they're really pretty awesome for what they are. I kind of wish they had them in America. But leave it up to the Japanese to make cute little things. They're just absolute experts at that. Well, I hope that all of you are staying safe and well. I hope you enjoyed watching this video while you're still at home. I will let you know that I actually got tested for COVID-19 today through Test Nebraska. I don't really think that I have it, but I was curious. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't an asymptomatic carrier, because that would really affect things a lot for me. But I just got the test earlier today, and it's going to take, they said about 2 or 3 days before I get the response to see whether I'm positive or negative. Again, I hope all of you are staying safe and well, and as usual, stay inside and make art.